This video is going to take you on a tour of your online course, and I will be your tour guide today. My name's Kim Granger. I am your online Math 177 course instructor. In this short tour, what I'd like to accomplish is welcoming you to your online course. After you watch this video, you should be able to navigate through your course on Canvas and on Mylab Math, and also find the assignment checklist and use the assignment checklist. Before we start the tour, let me tell you just a little bit about myself. My name is Kim Granger. It's spelled and sounds like a park ranger with a G in front of it, so Granger. I've been teaching here at the St. Louis Community College since 2008. And I have my office at the Wildwood campus. Even though your course is online, I do teach some classes in person, not this summer, but when I do teach in person, I teach at the Wildwood campus. While at the Wildwood campus, I've done a number of things, such as flipping math classes, and I've served in the past as the department chair. I've done faculty development as the faculty development coordinator, the Center for Teaching and Learning coordinator. I do work currently with the general education program, and in the past I've served as the Higher Learning Commission. That's our college accreditation, campus liaison, and a number of other things. I won't bore you with my list of the fun things I've gotten to do while at the St. Louis Community College. My current project I'm really excited about is just yesterday I learned that a grant I submitted was accepted. So my biggest new project is I will be working in pre-calculus algebra, or maybe when you took the course it was called college algebra. I'll be working with college algebra courses and bringing more active learning into pre-calculus algebra. We're working on that grant across the college, all 4 campuses. And if you have, obviously from where you're at, if you've already in this Math 177, the work won't affect you. But if you have younger siblings or friends or anyone coming to the St. Louis Community College in the next few years, hopefully they'll get to experience some of the work of that grant, which is having some of the activities, some of the work they do in the class is active, not just watching a teacher lecture. But that's enough about my work at the college. Let me share with you just a little bit more about me outside of class. Outside of class, I am the mother of 4 kids. Here you see them on our last big vacation of COVID, during the COVID time, after a number of things opened up. So you'll see the masks there. We did go to Orlando, and this is their last ride of the trip to Orlando. And I don't know if you've been there before, but from that last ride you get to see the whole park, the Disney parks and other parts of Orlando as you get to the airport. That's the 4 kids on the right, and then on the left we have the spoiled dog, Nibbler Pie. Did you notice her name, Pie? Her middle name is Pie, so Nibbler Pie Granger. Her middle name is Pie because, of all things, this little precious dog was born on March 14th, on Pi Day. So we gave her a middle name of Pi. You'll see Nibbler pop up. Hopefully you won't hear her pop up in any videos, though I won't put it past her to bark during some of my videos. But you will get to see her in some of the videos as her photos appear, because I just think she's so adorable and cute. I do want to just say, before we jump into the real part of the tour, if you need help, please hear this line. If you don't get anything else from this video other than this one line, understand this fully. The online doesn't mean on your own. I don't know what your past experience has been with online courses, but I really want you to know that in this course that we're doing and working through together, online in this course will not mean that you're on your own, unless you choose to be on your own. You can do the entire course without interacting with me, without getting my help or assistance. Maybe you're familiar enough with Canvas and Mylab Math and a strong enough math student that the videos and other tools are enough for you. But if they're not, or if you have any question at any point, please don't hesitate to contact me. I am here to help you, not just help you get started, but I'm here to help you. It's my job to help you get through the course if you're doing the work. So online doesn't mean on your own. Reach out to me if there's anything I can do to assist you. Are you ready to jump into Canvas? Here's our Canvas course. Now to get to this page, I went to Dashboard, and from the dashboard, I selected Math 177 course. And let me switch this view so you see what you would see as a student. You don't see all the extra stuff. Here's the different pieces that you'll find. In another video, I'll walk you through a closer and more detailed discussion of how to use Canvas. And forgive me if I ever say Blackboard. I don't know if you are aware of this, but this summer 2022, is our first experience at St. Louis Community College with Canvas. So I'm so accustomed to always saying Blackboard. If I say Blackboard, if I mess up and say Blackboard, I'm really referring to Canvas. We've switched from Blackboard just yesterday. The college switched from Blackboard to Canvas. But Canvas, if you are not familiar with Canvas yet, here are the different navigation buttons you could use. You could go to the announcements to see any recent things that I've posted and any recent like updates and information for you. But the meat and potatoes of what you'll want to do is go to modules. After you're familiar with the course, you could be logging into Canvas to just check your grade, or to just watch a video, or to just join a discussion board, or read your e-text, or use the Mylab math, or maybe to submit a particular assignment that you're looking for. You know that that assignment is due and you're looking for that particular assignment. So if you ever want to navigate directly with one of these navigation buttons, you may, but you should get everything you need right here in modules. Now, before we go to modules and spend some time there, let me go back to the home screen and show you some special features. I love that this gives you a to-do list, and you can actually exit off and say, okay, I did that, and so on. You could mark these off as you go so that you can keep track of everything that's next. Like, what's next? What's next? There's always going to be something next until you complete the final exam. But once you complete one of them and you do the next and so on, it does put them in order for you by the due dates. So that might help you. You could play around with these other views also. The course stream, course calendar, or course notification to get an idea of when different things are due. Here's how the course is going to work. And here's where I wanted to spend most of our time. I want to spend most of our time just giving you an overview of how to be successful. To start with, I'm going to show you a document, a schedule. This course schedule is the best guide you have to what is due when. This is it. This is the whole course. You've got all 8, or in some of your cases, maybe you're in a 6-week course, so your calendar will look slightly different. But you've got the entire course in front of you, and that's all it is. I know it might look a little busy, but really, to complete the entire course, this is all there is. It's listed right here for you. So if you're ever unsure of what is due next, you could look here, and you'd see on Tuesday, June 7th, we've got a discussion board due and some introductory assignments that are due on Canvas. The next thing isn't due until Friday, and that's notes and homework for these various sections in Unit 1. And then there's also a handout number 1 that's due on Friday. I'll walk you through a little bit about what those are later. On next Monday, the 13th, you've got the Learning Online at STLCC is due, and you need to log into Proctor and complete a practice quiz. The quiz itself is easy. The quiz itself won't be a problem. What this assignment is, though, it's to walk you through this process of how to use ProctorU. ProctorU is a third-party proctoring service. You'll see that we've got 3 proctored exams, exam 1, exam 2, and then the final exam. Those are the only 3 proctored assignments. These unit quizzes that are due each week are all unproctored. You do those using a lockdown browser on Mylab Math, but you can use notes, you can use other resources. Those resources are not allowed on the exam itself, though. So to work through the course, each Tuesday you would complete a discussion board, and handouts are scattered. You see them due on Friday, Monday, Friday, and usually Friday and Monday. Tuesday, Fridays and Tuesdays. Not every Tuesday will have one, and you can see when a handout is coming up by following the calendar. You can always do those handouts early if the content is something you're comfortable with. But the meat and potatoes of the work is this Friday due date of the notes and homework for this various sections. You'll complete the notes and homework, and then you go to the unit quiz. The notes and homework, some of that you're doing electronically and some of it is written. And after you've completed the written work, it's all due on the Wednesday where the unit quiz is due. So although these assignments for the notes and homework for sections 1-1, 2, 1-3, and 2-5 are all written as due on June 10th, you don't have a final deadline until this Wednesday, the 6/15, or whatever your course schedule says. And that's how you'd work through the course. So this calendar is the first key. I'd recommend printing this. By the way, notice there's 2 extra credit bonus assignments, the growth mindset videos and the everyone can be a math person videos. You'll find those in the Canvas workflow as you move through. Let's go back to Canvas though. As you're working through Canvas, and to go back, I can just hit this back button. To work through a unit, so for example, to work through the introductory assignments, you always start with this first page and it'll say click here first, and that page will give you a description of what's going on for that unit, or in this case for the introductory assignments. When we go down to Unit 2, notice that when I click on Unit 2, it just opens and closes the file, right? So to actually do anything, you've got to go to where it says click here. So the first step for each unit is you do the introduction and you click here. What you do to be successful is click on this guided note PDF. You will need to print this. If you need help with the printing, reach out to me. I could, in many cases, I can get the pages printed for you. They don't need to be printed in color. Printing it in black and white is fine. But I can print it for you if you're able to pick it up at any of the 4 STLCC campuses. But here's how you work through the content. You print these pages. It gives you some of the content here that you want to be really well aware of. And then other parts, it's asking you to use the textbook to write some notes down. Then there are some videos that you'd walk through in Mylab Math and watch the video. And as you watch the video, you solve this equation. You might look at this equation and say, oh, are you kidding? I don't need a video for that. And you could possibly solve that without the video, and that's perfectly fine. If you understand the content of that problem, there's no need to watch that video. But if you do need the video, they're there for you for the different things that say video. So these guided notes for the section, watch a video and show your work here in the space provided, or just do the work in the space provided without the video if you find that better for you, if it's content that you know. That's the guided notes, and you'd see there are 2 or 3 pages for each section, but that is the first step. It does count for a significant grade. Don't skip that step. Don't skip the guided notes. So the first step is you go to the introduction, and that's where you get the guided notes. At the bottom of that introduction, the bottom of the page, you could hit next, or from modules, watch what happens. If I hit next, I go to the section 1. This 1-1.2 means unit 1, section 1.2. But if I was back here in the module page, notice that that's the next thing here. So you could navigate by clicking back to modules and doing each section, or at the bottom of each page, let me show you that again. The bottom of each page or assignment, you just hit next and it takes you there also. Here's a description of what you do to complete those guided notes. Section 1.1, linear equations and inequalities. We have the objective. What you should be able to do after completing this is students will demonstrate the ability to solve linear and quadratic equations. So step 1 is the graded activity of those guided notes. You'd read the textbook, watch the videos, and complete the guided notes. Step 2 is completing the Mylab math. Notice that these aren't live links. It's just a description of what you should be doing. It's like an introduction. What am I going to do? And then when you hit next, now I'm going to leave student view so that we can see this, because the college asks that faculty don't open up actual assignments until the course starts. And since I'm making this video before that, when I'm in the student view, those are closed. But let me show you what it would look like after it's open. You just step from previous to next page through. So here's where we were. And then I go the bottom to the next page. And notice what this page is it takes me to the e-text video and resources that I need. This icon is an icon for a PowerPoint. You could use that in some cases. I would not recommend that you need to print all of those PowerPoints. I know in some classes you need to print those PowerPoints. For this course, they're just there to help you if you need them. This icon means that we are going to go straight to the textbook, and so that is one of the links that you must do. And then once you're in the textbook, it's opening it up in another page for me, so let me move it over. Once you're in your textbook, you can get links to the videos from the textbook. Let me show you this as we wait for that to open. Or you could click directly on the videos, whatever works best for you. So you could get links. You could just open this textbook like I've done and click through the links there, or if you're going straight for one particular video, all of these icons are showing that it's a video, right? So let me show you what the e-text looks like and how rich this is. You read the content here, and then when I hit this icon, this little globe with an arrow, that's going to take me to the video. Does this problem look familiar? This is a problem that was in those notes. You could work through it on your own, or you could use the video. But notice I'm just going one page at a time through the textbook, and once I've finished the section, I should be finished with those notes also. But that is how you complete the guided notes. After you've completed the guided notes for section 1.1, there's nowhere to turn those in yet. You don't need to turn those in until we get to the end of the unit. But after I've completed that, I'm ready to do some math questions. And there's another video that'll walk you through more information about how to do these, how to use the math on Mylab math. But then we get to the second section. Same thing, do the videos and the notes from the e-text, and then do the homework practice. And eventually you'll see scattered in here, here's the third section of that unit. You'll see after this one, we're going to see a handout pop up. So I'll do the reading and the notes and the Mylab math practice, but then we get to these handouts. So here's what the handout would look like. There's a video that walks you through the handout if you need help with the handout, and it in some cases will walk you through every problem. Those handout videos are a little bit longer because they do go in complete detail how to do the assignment, or you could do the handout on your own. Here's what happens when you click on that. You get the actual worksheet. You could print the worksheet, or you could read the worksheet and do all the writing on your own paper. In some cases, you'll be able to write directly on your paper, but for most of the handout problems, you will need additional paper. It's not enough space to be able to do that. I'm going to close the handout itself, but notice you've got the video. By the way, this video at the top on this platform called Panopto is the same video that you'd get down here. It's just that this one's on YouTube. So you could use either of those platforms to view the video if you need it and complete this assignment. Well, now that you've done the handout, you've got all your written work, what do you do next? When we go to next, we'll get the page where we can submit it. So from here, let me go to the student view so you see what it would look like. From here, if you start the assignment, that's where you'll find how to turn in the written work. After you do your written work, you'll need to scan it as a single PDF file. There's another video or information that walks you through how to do that, but let me say really easily, the two different ways that I've seen students find to do this the most successfully is either using an Android phone. You could go to the Google Drive and hit the plus, and that's an excellent way to scan. Or if you have an iPhone, then what I've heard from students is using the Notes app is very easy to scan. Make sure that with either of those apps, you're finding how to scan a second page, but keep it as one file. After you scan your written work, you'll name it with your last name and your first name and the name of the assignment. So for me, I would call it Granger Kim Handout 1. Save that on your computer. What I'd recommend is a folder on your computer for all of your math scans, and that way they'll be easy to locate if you need to resubmit anything. After you find the file, you choose it and then submit the assignment, and that's it. You'll get a notice, like a receipt almost, that yes, your assignment was accepted. I'm gonna get this, are you sure you want to leave? You didn't submit anything yet, kind of a warning. But then the next part of the handout is it's called a quiz. And you could do this an infinite number of times. It's not actually a quiz. All it is where you're typing in the answers to that handout. So that's the second part to the handout. First part to the handout was doing the written work, scanning that, and the second part is typing in your answers. And then when you hit submit, it tells you how many of those were right or wrong. That's pretty much it for navigating through our course. Again, we went through the modules. And from the module, let's say that you're in a particular unit, so the unit 1, always start with that introduction and then just hit the next at the bottom of the screen for each piece. But if you come back to the course later and you want to get just right to Mylab Math or right to the e-text or to the discussion board, you could navigate through in these other ways also. You will find a copy of the syllabus, by the way, in the introductory assignments. When it goes to number 2, read the course documents, you can get the syllabus, the calendar, and then checklist for each of the assignments. Let me show you that checklist. It looks like this. And some students have found it helpful to print this because the checklist walks you through everything. This is those introductory assignments. But then when we get to Unit 1, you see each of the different pieces that you could check off or write your score on. But you may find using this checklist helpful in addition to just navigating one step at a time through the course. So this checklist is available to you, not required for anything, but it is available if you find that helpful. And I think that draws our tour to an end. There are other videos on specifically how to use and submit something on Canvas, how to use Mylab Math. So let me know if you need any additional help with the course overall. If you need help with some of those specifics, then please watch the specific videos for those. Thanks for taking time to watch this video, and I look forward to working with you through your 177 course.